Let me tell you something right now. The reason most people stay stuck, the reason most people keep repeating the same cycles year after year is not because they're not smart enough, not because they're not talented enough, but because they wake up every morning speaking defeat over their own life. You're starting your day with complaints, with fear, with doubt, with negativity, and wondering why nothing's changing. Listen to me. If you want to shift your life, if you want to step into the overflow God already has for you, it starts with changing the conversation you're having with yourself. This is not about hype. This is not about cute affirmations. This is about rewiring your mindset, speaking life over your day, and commanding your atmosphere with authority. So today I'm giving you 7 lines, 7 declarations that you need to speak over yourself every single morning. Lines that will reset your mindset, realign your spirit, and activate the power that's already inside you. So let's dive in. I am chosen for greatness today. You need to wake up every single morning with this truth burning in your heart. I am chosen for greatness today, not someday, not when you finally feel ready, not when the circumstances look perfect. Today. This very day that you're breathing, moving, and existing on this earth is a divine assignment. You weren't born to blend in. You weren't created to live an average, defeated, survival mode life. God didn't design you just to pay bills and die. He handcrafted you with intentionality, with precision, with purpose. Before you ever took your first breath, heaven already had a blueprint for your life. That means there is greatness coded into your DNA. When you speak this line every morning, you're not just saying words. You're activating a mindset shift. You're reminding yourself that you're a person of destiny. You're reminding your subconscious that you're not here by accident. And let me tell you something powerful. When you recognize that you're chosen, you walk different. You talk different. Chosen people don't get up defeated. They don't roll out of bed dragging the regrets from yesterday. They rise with intentional energy. They wake up understanding that their life matters. Every conversation you'll have today, every decision you'll make today, every opportunity you'll encounter today, it's all part of the unfolding story of greatness that God wrote for you. Now, that doesn't mean every day will feel easy. Let's get real. Some days will test you. Some days will feel like everything is going wrong. But chosen people don't judge their destiny based on their discomfort. They judge it based on their identity. And your identity says you are chosen for greatness. When you say this line every morning, you're putting hell on notice. You're letting the enemy know. You might throw obstacles at me, but you can't take me out. I've got too much purpose on my life. I'm too anointed to quit. I'm too chosen to fail. Think about it like this. If a king or queen walks into a room, do they second guess their worth? Do they shrink back? Do they apologize for taking up space? No. They walk with authority. They expect to be honored. They expect things to move when they speak. That's the energy you bring when you declare, I am chosen for greatness today. And hear me on this. Greatness isn't about fame. It's not about followers. It's not about applause. Greatness is about being who God called you to be fully and unapologetically in every room you walk into. It's about showing up as your highest, most disciplined, most faith-filled self, whether anyone is watching or not. So when you step out of your house today, you carry this declaration with you. When you're in traffic, when you're sitting at your desk, when you're having difficult conversations, when you're making business decisions, you carry the posture of a person who's been chosen. You look at challenges and say, this came to me because I'm built for it. This showed up in my life because greatness doesn't grow in comfort zones. And the beautiful thing is this, when you keep speaking this truth over yourself, even on the days when you don't feel it, your spirit begins to align. Your actions begin to shift, your standard rises, your circle starts to change. Low vibration conversations won't interest you anymore. Toxic environments won't fit you anymore. You'll start recognizing that you're called to higher levels. You were never designed to operate at average capacity. Greatness requires more from you, but it also rewards you with more. More clarity, more joy, more impact, more influence, more peace. So every morning, without exception, you open your mouth and declare it. I am chosen for greatness today, and watch how your life begins to align with that truth. I dominate my time, my thoughts, and my actions. The next line you speak into your spirit every single morning is this. I dominate my time, my thoughts, and my actions. But let's be honest, too many people wake up and immediately surrender their day to chaos. They scroll social media before they even pray. They check emails before they check their own mindset. They allow notifications, opinions, and distractions to dictate their mood, their focus, and ultimately their results. That stops today. You're not a victim of your schedule. You're not a slave to your thoughts. You're not at the mercy of random emotions. You're the CEO of your life, and CEOs don't react. They execute with intention. When you say, I dominate my time. You're taking authority over the most valuable, non-renewable resource you have, your time. You're making a decision that your minutes and your hours will no longer be wasted on people, places, and activities that don't serve your purpose. You stop negotiating with time wasters. You stop giving maybe energy to no situations. You stop saying yes out of guilt and start saying yes based on alignment. Your time is currency. And if you're not spending it on your goals, your growth, and your God-given assignments, you're wasting it. Then you move to your thoughts. I dominate my thoughts. That means every thought that pops into your head doesn't get to stay. You become the gatekeeper of your mind. Negative thoughts out, fear-based imaginations out, old limiting beliefs out. You train your mind like an elite athlete trains their body. You don't let worry spiral unchecked. You don't dwell on worst-case scenarios. You don't rehearse failure. You choose thoughts that build you up. You meditate on thoughts that increase your faith. You flood your mind with truth, with possibilities, with solutions. And here's the key. Your thoughts create your emotions. Your emotions drive your actions. So when you dominate your thoughts, you're setting the tone for how you show up in the world. That brings us to the third part of this declaration. I dominate my actions. Not I hope I feel like it. Not I'll get to it if I'm motivated. No, you dominate your actions. You do what needs to be done whether you feel like it or not. You execute on your goals. You stick to your discipline. You make the sales calls. You hit the gym. You pray when it's time to pray. You study when it's time to study. You work on your business when it's time to work. You parent with love when it's time to parent. You lead with excellence when it's time to lead. You don't move based on mood swings. You move based on mission. When you wake up and speak this line over your life, you're setting the thermostat for your day. You're telling your mind, your body, and your spirit, this is not a passive day. This is not a wait and see what happens day. This is a day I own, a day I command, a day I dominate. You're done being reactive. You're done letting life push you around. You're done letting procrastination steal your harvest, because every single day is a seed. And what you plant in your time, your thoughts, and your actions today will show up as harvest in your finances, your health, your relationships, and your legacy tomorrow. So speak it with conviction every morning. I dominate my time, my thoughts, and my actions. Money, opportunities, and favor are attracted to me every morning. When you wake up, you must shift your mindset from chasing to attracting. The third declaration that needs to leave your mouth before you even brush your teeth is this. Money, opportunities, and favor are attracted to me. This isn't just a cute affirmation. This is a spiritual law. This is a mindset shift that unlocks doors you didn't even know existed. Too many people have been conditioned to believe that they have to struggle, hustle without purpose, or beg for a breakthrough, that they have to grind with fear-based energy, constantly worrying if they're good enough, constantly doubting if their efforts will ever pay off. That ends today. You weren't designed to chase after crumbs. You were created to attract overflow. Money doesn't follow fear. It follows value. It follows confidence. It follows purpose-driven action. It follows people who believe they're worthy of it. When you declare that money is attracted to you, you're telling yourself and the universe that you're a person of value, that you bring solutions to the marketplace, that you create impact that deserves compensation. This isn't about arrogance. This is about agreement. Agreement with God's word that says you're the head and not the tail. Agreement with the principle that a worker is worthy of their wages. Agreement with the truth that you are a steward of abundance, not a prisoner of lack. And it's not just money that's chasing you down. It's opportunities, connections, divine alignments, open doors, emails you weren't expecting, phone calls that shift your future, conversations that position you for your next level. When you speak this line, you're reminding yourself that you don't have to manipulate your way into rooms. You don't have to network out of desperation. You don't have to beg anyone to see your value. Opportunities are looking for you right now because of the excellence you bring, the problems you solve, and the favor that's on your. Favor is not fair, but it is yours. Favor is when doors open that your resume didn't qualify you for. Favor is when people speak your name in rooms you've never stepped into. Favor is when people feel drawn to help you, to invest in you, to partner with you without you even asking. You've got to condition your mind to expect it. Stop waking up expecting struggle. Stop expecting things to go wrong. Stop rehearsing worst-case scenarios before your feet even hit the floor. When you declare that money, opportunities, and favor are attracted to you, you set a new expectation. An expectation creates energy. Energy creates action, and action backed by belief attracts results. Now understand this. Attraction doesn't mean laziness. It doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you align your energy, your mindset, and your actions with the flow of abundance. You show up in excellence. You execute with precision. You speak with confidence. And as you do, you naturally pull the right people, the right resources, and the right circumstances towards you. People love doing business with confident, solution-oriented people. Money flows to those who solve problems. Opportunities find those who are visible and valuable. Favor locates those who walk in integrity and expectation. So when you walk into a room today, hold your head high. When you get on that sales call, speak with certainty. When you post that content, do it with boldness. When you send that email, send it expecting a yes. Why? Because you've already declared it. Money, opportunities, and favor are attracted to me. Your words set your frequency. Your energy becomes magnetic, and everything you need to fulfill your assignment is already on its way to you. I solve problems and get paid well for it every single day. You need to wake up and remind yourself why you're valuable to the marketplace, why you're valuable to others, how you're valuable to the market. The fourth declaration you must speak with conviction is this: I solve problems and get paid well for it. Let me tell you something that will change your financial future forever. Money is not emotional. Money is obedient. Money moves toward value. The world doesn't pay people for their intentions. It pays for solutions. The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the paycheck that follows. So stop playing small. Stop waiting for someone to rescue you financially. Stop hoping for handouts. Get clear on this. You are a problem solver. That's your identity. That's your brand. That's your business model. You solve problems with your skills, with your knowledge, with your experience, with your creativity, with your leadership. Every industry exists because of problems that need solutions. Health problems, financial problems, business problems, relationship problems, emotional problems, educational problems, spiritual problems. And guess what? You've got a solution to something that someone else is desperately praying for. So when you speak this line over yourself every morning, you're locking in a mindset of value. You're reminding yourself that you're not a liability, you're not an expense. You're an investment. When people work with you, they win. When people hire you, they move forward. When people connect with you, they get better results. Now, here's where the second part of this line matters, and I get paid well for it. Stop apologizing for wanting to prosper. Stop shrinking back when it's time to talk about pricing. Stop second-guessing your worth. You getting paid well is not about greed. It's about stewardship. It's about stewardship. It's about being able to sow more, bless more, build more, and impact more. You can't fund a vision on empty. You can't help the poor by joining them. You can't expand your business, support ministries, or create generational wealth by playing broke. When you solve real problems with real solutions, compensation is not just fair, it's expected. Understand this: your income is a reflection of the level of problems you're willing to solve and the level of people you're willing to serve. Small problems pay small checks. Big problems pay big checks. So you've got to ask yourself daily, what problem am I solving today? Who needs what I offer? How can I deliver more value in less time with greater excellence? And don't fall into the trap of thinking that your work is only worth what others have paid you in the past. Just because you accepted less yesterday doesn't mean you settle for less today. This is a new day, new mindset, new expectation. When you wake up and declare, I solve problems and get paid well for it, you're resetting your internal pricing standard. You stop accepting low-value opportunities that drain your time and energy. You start saying yes to high-value partnerships that move your mission forward. You stop engaging with clients or customers who disrespect your time, your craft, or your expertise. You start attracting people who understand your worth and are ready to invest in it. Let me make this clear. Getting paid well is not about taking advantage of people. It's about serving at a high level and being compensated at a high level. It's about delivering transformation and being rewarded for the outcome you help create. So today, when you show up to work, when you get on that Zoom call, when you create that content, when you close that deal, do it with this internal dialogue on repeat. I solve problems and I get paid well for it. Because the world is full of people who need exactly what you carry. And the moment you embrace your role as a problem solver, the marketplace will start responding with gratitude, with engagement, and with compensation that matches your value. I walk by faith and not by fear. Every day, the battle starts in your mind. Fear will always show up uninvited, whispering lies about your future, your ability, and your worth. But when you declare, I walk by faith and not by fear, you're making a decision to trust what God said over what your feelings say. Faith moves you forward when fear tells you to freeze. Faith makes you take the shot, make the call, write the book. Launch the business, have the hard conversation. Fear wants you silent, stuck, and small. Faith commands you to rise, speak, and take dominion over your day. Walking by faith means acting before you see the full picture. Believing that God's promises will meet you as you move. Fear cannot coexist where faith lives. I forgive quickly and release all offense. Unforgiveness is a weight that slows your destiny. When you declare, I forgive quickly and release all offense, you're choosing freedom over bitterness. Offense creates mental clutter that blocks creativity, peace, and even financial flow. Holding on to what they did keeps you stuck in yesterday's pain, but forgiveness propels you into today's purpose. Quick forgiveness doesn't mean ignoring wrongs. It means refusing to let them poison your spirit. You're too called, too chosen, and too destined for greatness to carry emotional baggage that God already told you to release. Today I win. You've got to wake up every single morning and say this out loud with boldness, with certainty, with unshakable confidence. Today I win. Not tomorrow, not someday, not when life feels easy, not when all the circumstances line up perfectly, not when people finally believe in you, not when the fear disappears, not when you feel like it today. Why? Because winning starts as a decision long before it becomes a result. It's not about what's happening around you. It's about what you've already settled within you. Winners don't wait for evidence to believe they're victorious. They wake up and decide to act like it before they ever see the scoreboard change. When you say, today I win, you're making a declaration to heaven, to hell, into every circumstance that you refuse to settle for defeat. You're making it clear that regardless of what happened yesterday, today is a fresh opportunity to show up stronger, smarter, more focused, and more determined than ever. Winning isn't just about big moments of public success. It's about the quiet decisions that nobody sees. It's waking up and choosing discipline over excuses. It's making the tough phone call when you'd rather avoid it. It's sticking to your goals when distractions scream for your attention. It's choosing faith over fear. It's choosing gratitude over complaining. It's choosing to believe in your vision even when you're the only one who sees it. You have to understand that winning is a mindset long before it's a reality. It's how you carry yourself. It's how you talk to yourself. It's how you approach every task in front of you. People who win don't ask, can I? They say, how will I? They don't dwell on problems. They focus on solutions. They don't get paralyzed by obstacles. They get creative about how to overcome them. When you say, today I win, you're reminding yourself that setbacks are not stop signs. They're setups for comebacks. You're giving yourself permission to fail forward, to learn from mistakes, and to adjust your strategy without losing your momentum. Winners understand that emotions are unreliable. They don't wait to feel motivated. They move in alignment with their mission whether they feel like it or not. They know that progress compounds. One win today creates momentum for another win tomorrow. One courageous conversation leads to new opportunities. One focused hour of deep work can produce more breakthrough than an entire week of distracted hustle. Every area of your life is impacted by this declaration in your business. Saying, today, I win, means you're making that sales call, sending that proposal, creating that content, and showing up for your clients with excellence. It means you're building relationships, taking calculated risks, and following up with persistence in your health. It means you're making the choice to fuel your body with what it needs. Move your body even when it's uncomfortable, and stay committed to your wellness goals. It means you're not letting temporary cravings sabotage long-term results in your relationships. It means you're showing up with love, patience, and intentional communication. It means you're choosing to invest in the people who matter and set boundaries with people who drain you in your finances. It means you're making wise decisions today that align with your wealth building and goals. It means you're tracking your money, honoring your budget, making smart investments, and believing that financial increase is your portion in your mindset. It means you're flooding your spirit with positivity, truth, and faith. It means you're rejecting every lie that says you're not enough. It means you're replacing self-doubt with self-belief. It means you're staying laser-focused on your vision and refusing to entertain any thought that doesn't serve your future. When you say, today I win, you're also accepting responsibility. You're saying, if my day is going to be successful, it's on me. You're not blaming the government. You're not blaming the economy. You're not blaming your upbringing, your past, or your environment. You're taking full ownership of your outcomes. Winners don't make excuses. They make adjustments. They don't dwell in self-pity. They get up and take action. They don't let one bad moment ruin their entire day. They shake it off and get back on track. You have to see every challenge as an opportunity to build strength. Every delay is a chance to develop patience. Every rejection is a reminder that redirection is part of the process. Winners know that temporary losses don't define them. What defines them is how they respond, how they bounce back, how they recalibrate and keep moving. The truth is you're more powerful than you realize. There's resilience inside you that hasn't even been tapped into yet. There's creativity, strength, and capacity waiting to be unlocked, but it only comes alive when you step into a winning mindset. You've got to walk into every room today like it belongs to you. Talk with the authority of someone who knows they're backed by divine favor. Make decisions like someone who expects to succeed. Don't shrink. Don't second guess. Don't play small. Winning today may not mean you accomplish everything on your 5-year vision board, but it does mean you conquer the day in front of you. It means you do the next right thing with excellence. It means you control your focus, your energy, and your attitude. It means you finish what you start. It means you leave no room for regret tonight when your head hits the pillow. This is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about refusing to quit. It's about giving yourself credit for every small victory and stacking those wins day after day. Consistency compounds effort, compounds momentum, compounds. You've got to get this embedded so deep in your spirit that no matter what hits you today, your response stays the same. Today I win. Whether the call goes your way or not, whether the meeting is smooth or rough, whether people cheer for you or criticize you, whether the bank account looks full or empty, whether you feel strong or tired, whether you get applause or get overlooked, no matter what the external facts say, your internal truth stays solid. When you carry this mindset into your day, your energy shifts, your decision-making sharpens, your faith expands, your grind becomes focused, your heart stays grateful, and your spirit stays unshaken. Now listen to me. If you speak these 7 lines every morning, you're not just motivating yourself. You're stepping into divine alignment. You're waking up every day and reminding yourself you are chosen for greatness. You're no longer letting time, thoughts, or actions run you. You're dominating them. You're declaring that money, opportunities, and favor are attracted to you. You're embracing your identity as a problem solver who gets paid well for delivering solutions. You're walking by faith, not by fear, because fear doesn't get a vote in your destiny. You're making the decision to forgive quickly and release offense because your peace and your power are too expensive to trade for bitterness. And above all, you're waking up every single day with this unshakable, non-negotiable mindset. Today I win. This is how you change your life. This is how you break cycles. This is how you create momentum. This is how you shift from survival mode to kingdom dominion. You're not here by accident. You're not breathing just to take up space. You're on assignment, and it's time to walk like it, talk like it, think like it, and live like it. Listen to me. If this message spoke to your spirit today, if it ignited something deep inside you, then I need you to understand this truth. This wasn't just another YouTube video. This was a divine appointment. You didn't land on this video by accident. You were led here because God is trying to remind you of who you really are. You are not called to live in fear. You are not called to stay broke. You are not called to wake up and live like a victim of your circumstances. You were created for dominion, authority, and victory. And every word you speak, every declaration you make, every mindset you choose to adopt is either pushing you closer to your destiny or keeping you stuck in cycles you were born to break. So I dare you to take these 7 lines and don't just recite them. Declare them like your life depends on it, because it does. Say them with conviction. Say them until your mind starts to believe them. And say them until your habits start to shift, until your energy changes, until your results align with your words. Because around here on the Myron Golden track, we don't play small. We don't beg for scraps. We don't wake up hoping the day goes well. We command the day. We dominate the day. And we walk in authority knowing that we are chosen, called, and equipped by God to win. So here's what I want you to do right now. Click that like button. Smash it like you mean it. Because engagement isn't just support, it's agreement. When you like this video, you're saying, I'm in agreement with this word. I receive this truth. I'm walking in this power. Next, share this message with someone you love, someone you care about, someone you refuse to see living beneath their potential. Send it to your family, your friends, your business partners, your church group, because breakthrough isn't meant to stay private. It's meant to create ripple effects. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button right now, because this channel is a movement. This is not entertainment. This is equipping. This is transformation. This is destiny work. And finally, if you're ready to go deeper, if you're ready for more mentorship, more behind the scenes wisdom, more step-by-step strategy on how to apply this in your business, your faith walk, and your personal life, join the membership today. Become part of an exclusive inner circle of people who are serious about changing their mindset, building wealth, walking in purpose, and living a kingdom legacy. Because on this channel, on the Myron Golden track, we don't shrink back. We don't apologize for wanting more. We don't make excuses. We rise up. We take territory. And above all else, we win. Stay blessed.